In today's video I'm going to shrink my shed. It's no secret that I like model making, and so I have made a couple dioramas in the past and own my own model train. Speaking of model trains, there's one place in the world every miniature building fan has to visit once in their life. I'm speaking of the Miniatura Wonderland in Hamburg. I've visited the Miniatura Wonderland a few times in the past and I would like to stay there forever. But of course that's not possible. At least it's not possible for me, but it would be possible for miniatureless, right? But since it's too boring to just place a figure, I want something iconic. Like my shed. Of course the Norway design, the signs here and there, the red white curtains. In here it looks a bit messy. I currently working on something and hadn't the time to clean it up. The table with the bandsaw and the scroll saw, of course my lathe. Then the shelf with the belt sander and the metal cutting saw and my tool suitcase. My little shop vacuum, my main workbench and compressor, my welding bench and my welding station, my drill press, of course the clock and the whiteboard. Yeah, I think they're the main parts, so let's make it. So I don't want to bother you with the indescribable interesting process of 3D modeling. That's why I have the lathe here as an example. I designed it in Blender and then exported as an STL, and I did the same thing for all the other models as well. So let's print it. So I got the parts from the printer now. They are washed and dried, so they're almost dry, and I have to say the detail on this part is insane. There are the little handles on the drill press and even the little saw blades on the bandsaw are printed, so I have to remove them now. For the removal I'll use a plastic spatula because metal spatulas can ruin your print bed and I don't want that. So I got everything on the turning table now, and I will put that into the cure machine to finally cure it. So I got all the pieces ready for painting right here, and to paint them I will use this wooden stick. I put a little piece of double-sided tape right here, and now I can put these pieces on and I can paint them without fear of them falling off. So here they are, all little tools and furniture, little shelves and workbench, little drill press right here. So now I just have to assemble the shed. Okay, so now here I got my little shed, everything inside, as you can see. To make these little windows right here, you can see that there is a little glass in there. I simply took the doors and taped them to a piece of tape, and then with a pipette I dripped in clear resin into the frames and then cured it in my washing cure machine, and now I got these little windows. Very nice. To make the mini-me I could print a figure, but I got these firefighter figures right here and I just want to modify them, so I take this firefighter and make it a mini-me. Here I have now my mini-me. I painted the jacket purple and I made a little welding helmet. Now I want that it looks like my mini-me does something, so I decided to let him work at the main bench. The thing my mini-me should work on, I thought it would be cool to choose something real, so here's a little coil which I want to place on the desk for mini-me to work on. Now ready for the final assembly. And it's finally done, from a grey pile of plastic parts to my little shed. I'm so happy how this turned out. Now some of you may think, but why are there copper wires sticking out? And you know me, I just couldn't make it without lights, because that makes everything cooler. I mean, look at that. But of course that's not all. Mini-me is really welding. So far I love it because it's so cool, but it's just halfway done, because now I have to get it to Hamburg and therefore I needed a safe way to transport it. So I took some thick foam and made a little transportation box that protects it from the hard world out there. Alright, everything is prepared, now the plan. Okay, so here's my master plan. I call it La Casa de Miniatura. Step 1, that's me, go into the mivula. Step 2, I look for places in the mivula. Step 3, I go and eat and decide which spot is the best. Step 4, I take my little shed out of its box. Step 5, I go and place the shed in the mivula. Step 6, I leave the mivula. And step 7, boom, master plan. So far so good, but if you want to know if everything works and I managed to place my little shed, stay tuned for part 2, because that's the end of this video and I think it turned out so good. The amount of detail, the interior, the overall look, and knowing that everything in here is exactly 87 times bigger than everything in here, it's insane. I think it's one of the best miniature builds I've ever made. And if you think so too, then feel free to like, share and subscribe. Here are more videos, here you'll find my channel, so have a nice day and see you soon.